Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Luminous 4K screen paint using ambient light projection technology gain. So I received a lot of email last night, people asking me about the SL screens. Okay, so I showed a document off in one of the video explaining that our product is a little more interesting than you think. And because of other people who have tried to downgrade us or tried to destroy what our company is, they know how powerful our technology is, and they fear it. They fear it in ways where they have to do whatever they can to pretty much try to tarnish my name as much as possible. So anyway, I showed off a document from SL Screens where in the document I explained that we were contacted by SL Screens or Screen Innovation. They found the technology that we developed in 2016 to be interesting and have some possibilities, and they were interested in the product. The deal fell through due to the fact that I wanted an NDA. Now, an NDA is called a non-disclosure agreement where both parties can discuss or talk about a project or whatever, and they cannot discuss it with anyone else, only those that are actually signed to the NDA. Now, at the time, the screen paint we were developing was new. They was still under testing. It was around, I think, 25 or 75% done, somewhere in that line of range. And it was no patents, nothing to protect it whatsoever, and I wanted an NDA. So back and forth, a few arguments arose, and it ended up with an attorney contacting us and letting us know that now we've had to remove any videos, any pictures, anything that has anything to do with any side-by-side demonstrations, which we have done. So when I showed off the document, one of the things that came up was, how do we know the document is real? Can we see the original email where the document came from? So I want you to look at the email here under digital 4K crystal onyx. That is the original email that it was sent to. So I'm going to come in here and drop this page. That's another demonstration on its own right there. And I'm going to go into my email count. This is my old email count under, we don't use it anymore, but this is under digital 4K crystal onyx. This is where the document was sent to, the email was sent to at the time, because that's the company we had. And in the document, I actually forwarded this over to one of my vice presidents at the time, who I thought was the one that was actually playing the practical joke. When the person from SL Screens had contacted me, I went in and I hung the phone up because I didn't believe it was him. I thought it was my buddy June playing games on me. So there it is, the original email that was sent over by SL Screens. Right there, as you can see it for yourself. Right there. Now, it was forwarded to a vice president of mine, which I'm not going to show you his information, but it was forwarded to him because I was in shock that SL Screens, and like I said, I'm very fascinated by the screens. I like their screens. I was very shocked that they would take the time out to contact me. Now, keep in mind, I got the sample sheet from my buddy June. He's the one that actually had the sample sheet, and he's the one that gave it to me and said, hey, you got to check this screen out. It's absolutely amazing. When I got it home, it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. So I was very fascinated by their technology, and that's when I started developing black technology, because I wanted a screen darker than theirs, and I wanted to try to make something more advanced. So that's when we started working and developing this technology we're working on. And at that particular time, this is when we were contacted from them. But I wanted to show you the original email on the original account, so that way you can see that, yes, it just actually happened. So some people are saying, well, why are you talking about this now? Well, because of that document that we received from their attorney. Keep in mind, the document never came through email. It was actually mailed to us by certified mail. Because of that document, we couldn't say anything. I had an order against me not to talk about certain things that, I'm just moving this away real quick. I had an order that was placed against me to not talk about certain things at that particular time, by their attorney to not speak about it, not talk about it. And I was ordered to remove all my videos. I was ordered to remove all kinds of stuff. And it upset me. It ticked me off because I said nothing nasty about the company. I just did a side-by-side demonstration. And because things soured in the talks, we were ordered to move a lot of stuff off the site. Anything that had to do with them, we weren't allowed to talk about them, speak about them, nothing at all. So imagine you had people talking trash about you and they don't realize that you were contacted by SL Screens. Everybody talks about how amazing the screens are. We were actually in talks with them when all this happened. You know, a lot of people didn't realize that we were actually in contact with them. So this is the, I can't show you that. I shouldn't be showing you that right there. This is the sure, right there. And there's the last of it with the signature on it. That's the printout with the signature on it. So yes, it did happen. So some people are asking, okay, so your company was digital 4K crystal onyx. Now, digital 4K crystal onyx came into effect due to the fact that, hold on for a minute, I can find that video real quick. Came into an effect, this is me right there. If anyone's ever seen me before on camera, that was me way back in the day when I was painting in a screen. It came into an effect when we had a company under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. All right. And what happened was, this is when I learned a very valuable lesson about doing business with, read through a contract first before signing it. And really read through it. Don't skim through it, read through it. And we signed this contract overseas with this big company. This big company came in from, they were European, they came over from over there. And we signed this big, huge, massive contract. It was a 10-year global contract. It was massively huge. And in between, when that was going on, they were slowly trying to take my company from me. They were changing my labels. They were doing all kinds of stuff to basically slowly take away my company from me. So what I did was, in that contract, that 10-year contract we had with them, the only way I could get out of the 10-year contract was to go in and I had to go in and I had to it's really hard to say this. I had to go in and I had to obsolete all my screen paints, all of them. Then I had to turn around and design new screen paints under the new company's name. Under the new company's name, which was a Black Technology at the time. We had to go in, it was a black and a dark gray. We had to go in and we had to change everything over again, get a new company's name, get a new website, emails, everything had to be done all over again. So when we had our beta testers do demonstrations against the new stuff versus the old stuff, we were able to tarnish the name and be done with it because I wanted to be out of the contract because I didn't like the way I was being treated. And the only way to get out of the contract was to design a whole new company, which I had to do. Now, for those of you that are saying, well, you know, I don't think that exists. All right, so I'm going to show you something here. This is the two contracts, two Facebook pages that they designed. One is so Stan, one isn't. One was in Europe and the other one was in Hungary. If I'm pronouncing that name wrong, I do apologize if I got that wrong. I'm going to click on that real quick. One may come up, one may not come up. All right, that's the one that's not going to come up. Let's go to the other one. There's a lot of stuff about our company a lot of people don't know about. Now, what they did was, our company was Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. They changed it over to Digital One Crystal Europe. And there is our company's name under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint right there. These are the videos. You can look up this site for yourself. We had a huge contract overseas. Now, the videos you see coming up blank, these are videos that I went in and I purposely removed them from. I actually had to take those videos and I actually had to mark them private so they couldn't get access to them. This is one of the beta testers that did one of our screens for us. Actually, I don't think he's still running on YouTube. I wonder if he's still on YouTube. That was our black screen right there. And Digital One Crystal. This is our screen paint right here. Make sure I'm not clicking on anything I'm not supposed to be clicking on. Got the right page. All right, so we'll keep scrolling down here. You can see all the things. So yeah, we actually, so this right here was my Digital One Crystal 3.7 Sky Blue. That was a screen paint that I developed. So this is the stuff that went on. A lot of stuff don't understand. When I tell you I have a lot of experience in business, this is where my screen was showcased over in Europe on a huge display. Now mine, like I said, older technology, nothing like we develop now. This is a black technology we designed. These are all the videos that I had to remove off their site due to the fact that I was very unhappy with the product. Not unhappy with the product, but here it is right here. This is my company actually thanking the fellow. Thank you for the amazing video demonstration. Superman 509, which was a beta tester for our company. That's why his video is showing up over here on the European site, because he actually was a beta tester for our company. And if you see right here, he has right digital right there. 0.7, that's his video. Now what they did was they went in, they changed my logo because they said my logo needed to be more European. That's what they said it had to be. So that's why they went in and changed it. We had keychains, we had all kinds of stuff that went on. Now this was just a wow factor for us, so we can be overwhelmed by this, but all the while we were staring at what was going on, we didn't realize that they were taking from us and we didn't see it coming. So that's why when I realized what was going on, that they were slowly going to take this company from me, I had to make a drastic decision to obsolete all my screen paints and then turn around and design something new and then do side-by-side demonstrations destroying my own original product to make way for the new product, and then build a new website, new email, everything, new channel, everything all over again. That was a lot of work to do that. Out of those ashes eventually came our new company and final company, which is Luminous 4K, I'm sorry, Crystal Edge Technology Screens. So yeah, like I said, I've done some stuff on levels that a lot of people will never understand. This right here is our Sky Blue 3.7 Gold Edition. And these are people that were doing videos in their homes. We had several beta testers doing videos in their homes of our technology. I've been around a while. I'm thanking the fellow for doing the video demonstration. That's why it shows up on the European page, because we're taking our beta testers, taking their testimonies, and then we're putting them on our page. It's another one from Zone. This is the black screen. There it is right there. Digital One Crystal Sky Blue Gold Edition right there. Zone 708. There's me thanking him right there. His video showed up. And in mine, this is way before 4K. There's no such thing as 4K. I think he was using a 1080p projector. But this is the reason why when I had to go through that. See, look at this. There's our logo. That's not a logo. This is our name, but they changed all of this. So a lot of people didn't know that this was going on. This is from a good friend of mine named TK. A lot of people didn't know that this was actually going on, and that we actually had big contracts overseas. So that contract, like I said, beta testers right there, beta testers. These are the beta testers for our company. A lot of people didn't realize that all this was going on in our company way back then. This is how old our company had. So we're not new. We just didn't pop up on the scene. We've been around for a very long time. And there's one of our screens right there and a huge showcase. So we're showcased over in Europe. But if you're curious to see the site, I will put it in the bottom of the link so you can see it for yourself. Now, let me show you something right here. Now, one of the interesting things about our technology is, like I said, it has the ability to produce a very high bright level for a black screen. I'm going to step in front of the screen for a minute and show you something really quick. Now, this is how we know our technology is legit. If the product is too dark and if the demonstration has been falsified, the screen will not be able to produce enough white light to be able to come close to blending into any one of these screens. Now, a gray screen we can blend into very well. A light gray screen, white gray screen comes up a little bit lighter, but also too, it will come a lot lighter than the dark gray screen. So I'm gonna move out of the way real quick so you can see the difference when it comes to our technology. And now, like I said, when we do these demonstrations, I'm showing you in a fully lit environment, plenty of light, black screen versus a dark gray screen. So we can blend into a dark gray screen very easy. A light gray screen, our technology will come off, light gray screen come up a little slightly darker, but not where anything you're going to notice where you cannot see the screen. Now, keep in mind, when doing white levels, the white screen, the light gray screen is going to produce a higher white level because it's a lighter screen. But if you take a light gray screen and you place it against a white screen, the white screen is going to produce. The only problem you'll have with the light gray screen, it cannot produce contrast. The dark gray screen will produce better contrast than the white screen or light gray screen, but the dark gray screen cannot produce contrast. All right, so this is just to show you that how we'll know if the product has been falsified, because as I'm doing the demonstration right here and showing you, you can see the difference in our technology versus, well, actually the light gray screen paint and dark gray screen paint versus our technology. But yeah, we've been through a lot. Like I said, a lot of people don't realize how deep my company goes, how many contracts I've had with my company, how many businesses I have dealt with down through in time. Yes, a lot. A lot of people don't realize that. All right, we're going to clear this real quick. I'm going to put in the Starfield screensaver, and this is one of the demonstrations I want to see in that review. I do want to see a screensaver Starfield demonstration with the lights on, not with the lights off, lights on. Not with a little bit of light here in the corner. The entire wall from back here to here should be fully illuminated. No dark spots in the video at all. As you see me doing this demonstration and showing you how it's done, here is a light gray screen here. This is a dark gray screen here. If you're going to do a demonstration, the entire room must be illuminated. I want to see lights everywhere. I don't want to see light just on our side of the screen and darkness on your side. I want you to take in I want you to take an equal amount of light on all screens at the same time. I don't like when people do demonstrations and they'll try to make their screen look better by doing demonstrations by keeping their paint on a darker side or something that has to do with a lot of ambient light. No, do the ambient light demonstration if you have that technology. Also too, I would like to see an outdoor demonstration. Now keep in mind, as we said before, our product activates around, actually it's around 6 o'clock and up. So between 5 and 6, it activates. No direct sunlight, because it states on our website that the technology does not work in direct sunlight. Also too, when using outside, a projector must be used, as stated on our website policy. It must be used of 3,000 lumens and up. So follow the guidelines. So as you can see in the demonstration, light gray screen does not pick up contrast. All right. So we want to see contrast demonstrations, not high, bright color demonstrations. You can do that, I don't care. But I want to see those deep, dark contrast demonstrations. As a matter of fact, here's another demonstration that's really hard to pull off. This one is, let me see, it's that Windows screensaver. That thing is really, really, really hard to pull off. There we go. Now this one, we all know when we look at the Windows screensaver, it is black. The background is always black on this demonstration. So you should be able to not only do a demonstration on bright colors, but you should also do a demonstration on contrast levels, which we want to see. We want to see a demonstration on contrast levels. Take your light gray screen, put it against, if you have our technology, because we will be observing the video. And also too, like I said, we have another guy who's painting the screen. He's going to do the same demonstration. He's going to do his own demonstration. We want to see the color of the paint. We want to see the paint being applied. It can be rolled on, sprayed with a paintbrush. We don't care. We also want to see you do black contrast demonstrations. So we want to see OLED, any kind of black, star field, those demonstrations, fully lit environment. And we want to see this with your screen paint laying against it. Now, keep in mind what he's going to do is he's going to do a demonstration with just our screen and our screen only. He is not going to put his screen against our screen, and he's not going to do a contrast demonstration. If he attempts to do a contrast demonstration, he's going to have to be in the dark to do it. If he does it in a fully lit environment on a star field, his screen will fade miserably. So he can't do that demonstration. And the fact that he will not do that demonstration will clearly show that it's not a fair review. If you're going to test our screen, test it to the full extent. Do not tippy-toe around it. And we do want your screen paint mix next to our screen. Now, let me show you something right here real quick. So we'll go back and we'll grab another demonstration. As I told you, black contrast levels are not going to show up on this screen no matter how hard we try. It's not going to show up. So let's go over to we're going to go into something called, this is a test. This is what he should be doing. We'll clear this out real quick and we'll put in the black level test. Black. So all you got to do is type in black level test. Very easy. Because I'm not shying away from having a gray screen on my projection screen. I have shying away from that. Do these all the time. Black level. Let's see if we get space in there. It should pop after I put the L in there. There we go. Yeah, there it just popped up. So this is the black level test right here. We'll click on that. This is one of the demonstrations you should be doing against your screen. Now wait on a minute. My drives are acting up. We don't need that drive. Get it out of here. All right, there we go. So this is the black level test, as you can see. So I don't hide anything in my demonstrations. I'm very upfront and honest with my customers. We don't cloak our screens in darkness. We don't use 4K projectors to make the resolution look sharper. We don't do any of that. Now you see is a bright colors laying against my screen. If that is our legit product, it should react just like this. So I'm looking forward to that review. Do not back down off that review. Do not change your mind at the last minute and say that, oh, I decided not to do the review. We want you to do the review. Because we want you to take your screen and put it against our screen. We want to do the light demonstrations. We want you to do demonstrations on black contrast levels, which I know that's something you're not going to do, but we want you to do that demonstration. We want you to show your screen matching our black screen when it comes to contrast. That's all you got to do. All right, let's go over here. This is another demonstration right here. This should show you that neither one of the screens, even the dark gray screen, will pull up a contrast level. Only the black screens have that capability to do so. All right, now this is what I want to show you. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put in a snow screensaver. Come over here real quick. I'm going to come at this real quick. Now, as I said before in my demonstrations, I said a black screen will never have the ability to be able to produce a white level as high as a light gray screen, or grab me some paper real quick, a light gray screen or a white screen. Sorry if my camera tilted there for a minute. Looking for something here I should have here. Okay, there it is right there. Hold on for a minute. Just want to set you down just for a minute, because I want a fair demonstration. I don't want a demonstration being done with just our screen only. We want your screen in there also. Do contrast. You want to see a contrast demonstration. That I do want to see. All right, now I'm going to take a white sheet of paper. I'm going to put this right here. All right. Now, as I said before, a white screen will always have the ability to be able to produce a higher white level than a gray screen or even a dark gray screen. A light gray screen will produce a higher white level than a gray screen. All right. Now, when it comes to contrast, the white screen will fail. This screen will have one slightly higher than the white screen, and the dark gray screen will produce a better contrast of a black level than either one of these. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in. We are going to go to our search. Oh, first, before we do this, let's do that test again. So we're going to do the test. Show you. I want to keep this even, Steven. So we'll do the test right there. All right. Now the background has to come up black in this demonstration. If it doesn't come up black, you'll see the real color of the screen if it doesn't come up black. Now my projector is a 4300 lumens Sony projector. It's a VPL FH30 1920 by 1200 WXGA. So we can't pull contrast on that. Even if we tried, you couldn't do it. All right, let's go in really quick because I'm kind of running out of time here. And let's go over and let's pull up the city demonstration here. So you can see you're not getting any form of contrast. Now, I'm going to come out of this. We are going to go up to clear. And we're going to put in white screensaver. Now this is stuff we have to test out on our end. All right, so. Now, as you can see in the demonstration, the white sheet of paper is going to pull up a higher white level. For a minute, my stuff is all over the place. It's going to pull up a higher white level than the gray screen, where we have the light gray screen. It's going to pull up a higher white level than the gray screen. It's going to pull up a higher white level than our black technology, right? But as I said before, our black technology produces better contrast. I've said this many times in many of my demonstrations. Now, I'm going to show you something here. We are going to remove, we'll take this off in here and here. So you're looking at the white level. Our screen has the ability to produce a very high white level, higher than a black screen. So that's what it's designed to do. We know it's never going to be able to have the capability to be able to produce an image as bright as a white screen. Never. It'll never have that ability. It'll never have the ability to produce a higher white level than a gray screen. It'll never have that capability due to the fact that those screens are designed to produce higher white levels, but they cannot produce contrast. Now this is everyday black house paint. Our screen paint can produce a higher contrast than the average black screen or black any form of black surface. So when we have companies that contact us and said, hey, look, can your screen produce a higher white level? We can prove that it can. Now let me go over here real quick if I can find my remote control. All right. There you go. That's the whole purpose of the technology. It can produce a higher white level. Now, if I go over to, let me see. Let's go over to, I'm going to go over to, oh, we got to come out of this real quick. I'm running past time real quick, really fast. Let's go up to clear. Let's go up to skyward. See how dirty the image looks? And this is on everyday black paint. Because our image can produce a higher white level than any black surface. And this is what we're explaining to you in our demonstration. So someone doesn't come along and say, hey, look, his product produces a dirty, dirty image. And we'll know if it's black paint in there. If it's black paint in there, this is how it's going to react. Let me come over here for a minute. Grab my controller just for a minute. I'm going to come back there a minute. We will know. That's how we'll know if that product was mixed with something that wasn't supposed to be mixed with. If you dilute it with any other color that's not the color that was originally designed for that technology, we will see it. See the difference right there? Now, you know, when you pause a video, the image becomes darker when you pause it. Even with the video pause, we're still producing a brighter image. See the countertop? So put this here. I have no place to set my stuff in this room. Surprisingly, with all the stuff I have in here, I have no place to set my stuff. So even with the video pause, you can see how dark it is. This is black paint. It's everyday black house paint. That's how it's going to come up. If that screen even there comes up in this color right here, we'll know exactly what it is. Now, we'll take this off altogether and we'll show you the screen in its true glory. So we already know that the technology, all these tests that you're seeing me do right now, these demonstrations have been done with the companies who we have contracts with. Why in the world would you sign a major contract with a company if you don't fully test out the screen? They've taken white screens and done white levels, and they've seen that our screen produces very good white levels. It generates a very good white level for a black screen. But as I told him in the demonstrations, that it will never have the ability to be able to produce a white level high enough to be able to match a white screen or a light gray screen. Now, when doing contrast levels, we can produce contrast around the clock that'll be far more advanced than a white screen or a light gray screen or even dark gray screen. But when matching against other black screens, we produce the highest white levels. And these are the same tests that we call rigorous stress tests that they put your screen through to make sure that it's worth their time and money. This is what you have to go through. Now, since your product sits in the dark and they set that screen under commercial lighting, your screen will fade just like that. That's why you won't get a contract. That's why big companies are not contacting you, asking you about your technology, because the bottom line is it doesn't do anything impressive at all. I'm not afraid to take a white screen and put it against my screen because I've explained many times in my demonstrations that our screens will never produce an image as bright as a white screen. It's virtually impossible. Even I know it's virtually impossible. If I were to come and tell you that a black screen can produce a white image as bright as a white screen, that's a straight up lie. But can our screen produce a white image brighter than a black screen, any other black screen? Yeah, we can. This is why if they drop $20,000 or $10,000 in my banking account, they want to know whether or not, what is the difference between your black screen and any other. If we paint the screen, we can save money painting the screen with black house paint. We can save it on material, just buying black material. What makes yours different? They want contrast. This is what our screens are designed to do. But they also too want white levels. And when we can show them demonstrations like this of our screens producing amazing white levels, it just shows you. You don't miss it. You don't miss a beat. The screen is not so dirty, so dingy, so dark that you can't see the image. But that's how some people would try to make you believe by saying, hey, look, his screen is so dirty that you can't see the image. So, like I said, that's why that paint has an interesting signature to it. Because we can tell our shade against any other shade of black screens or any other form of black, because we can tell that our screen has a different and very interesting color to it. I'm actually tearing some tape off, so you see the camera moving from side to side because I'm grabbing tape. So when you back up and you look at our screen, you will see that it's a different shade of black. That's how we'll know. So keep in mind, the tester, the other tester who will be doing the demonstration also, he will be taking black paint and he will be showing the difference between the two. Any black screen can produce contrast. Any black screen can do it. The hardest thing for a black screen to do is to be able to pull contrast. No, sorry, not contrast. White levels. So that's the hardest thing for a screen to do. I'll move this up a little bit. There's something on here I wanted to see. We've done this one already. So how dirty the image is, it can't produce a white level. All right, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'd like to thank you all for your time. I'm Kenneth Bird from Illuminous 4K Screen Paint using ambient light projection technology. Again, This video went over a little longer than I thought, but at least I got a chance to show you exactly. This is the kind of testing, and this is what I'm used to. I'll have companies contact me and say, okay, look, we put a white screen against your black screen, and the white screen came up brighter. Of course, we know this already because they already know offhand that a white screen is going to produce a higher white level. That's going to happen. They already know that from the door. Let's take this mess off of here. Ugh. And we're going to grab our gray screen. Right here and here. There. So they know this already. But they're impressed because the screen, when they take a black, some black paint or a black material, and they try to do something a little different by trying to show off, try to see if the screen will produce a contrast level the same as all of them. Of course, all the black screens will. But when they do that white level, one of the problems they find out, the problem that they're having is the screen is not going, our screen's producing a much higher white level. So let me come out of here for a minute. Let's bounce out of here for a minute. Sorry about that, just burped. It's funny how I type something in like every day, and for some reason I got to go through the whole yards of trying to get what I need out of that. Here we go. Just to show how the white levels are. I'm just showing different angles. That's how high the white levels are on our technology. We can sit and have a screen that's white and gray and sit right on our screen and produce an image. Bright image. It gives you true contrast. Now, let's come out of that one altogether. I'm going to come out of that one. But I want to see the star field demonstration. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see this demonstration right here being done. And like I said, we can produce high white levels and contrast where these screens can never pull up contrast. It'll never come up on the screen. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I got to go, and God bless. We're looking forward to that review. This is the last I'm going to talk about it because I have much to do and I do not have time to entertain this. Got to go. God bless.